Yeah, I was talking about coding girls before. Teaching not just girls actually, but also guys. Well, this group, this was from PLM, I think. And it's a mix of girls and guys who are taking up computer science. It was a good workshop, good day. And actually, we're pitching today. My colleague Gerardo will be pitching about Project Lab. It's a sustainable energy project where we're focusing on bringing light to the homes of indigenous people. And I also work as a country director for a blockchain company. So we're working on healthcare and also other projects. So we're building blockchain-based products for different companies here in the Philippines. And last but not least, which I'll be sharing more of this and also Project Lab as examples of product that are impact-driven. So RunBnB is a tool for Airbnb hosts, but we're creating a community around it. So most of you might think, oh, it's just building a product. Actually, you can apply this concept into project. So basically, it's a product or a project and it has a life cycle. I'll be talking about the levels, and this could be like a little bit not familiar, but I'll explain it for you. 1 second. So, how to work with incredible people, create a kick-ass product, which we're focusing on, and eventually have an awesome, impactful cause. So, we all face problems, right? And there are some challenges that some of us actually look for these problems. I think I'm one of those people. I find problems and you will look for the solution. But how do we create that product or that solution? Level 1 is the anecdote. It's basically just the story. It is the challenge or the problem. Level 2 is the usage and engagement. It's the value of your project or product. And transitioning from it is actually developing the discipline between creating baseline measurements. And that's where you measure the product's impact. And that's where level 3 and 4 comes in. So you have the enterprise value and the customer value or the user value. So it's the mindset that reflects itself actually. So the impact, we always talk about impact, but how would you actually define impact? Can someone tell me the definition of impact? First word that comes into mind. Influence. That's a good word. Yours in your head.
Yeah, same. Degree of influence.
Degree of influence. Yes, influence is a good word for it, but I would say change. Well, synonyms, right? And effect. So basically for impact, you have three components. First, the product, second, the process, and third, the people. So for any kind of project or product, you need to have innovation. That's where you create change, even though it's small, big, or even really gradual. It could take years or generations to develop. So that's where the process comes in. And lastly, there has to be people. I mean, I don't think any kind of project or product would work if there are no people. And that's where collaboration comes in. So here's how you create a product. So this is the impact design process. This is where everything comes into place, and this is how you create an impact-driven product. I talked about challenge and problem before it, and that's the first thing that you have to tackle. You have to know the anecdote, you have to know the story. And that's where the inspiration comes in. So for example, for Project Liam, we actually have stories. here are the user stories. Can someone read the user story for me? Anyone?
Maliwanag na yung buhay. Siyempre kahit nasaan ka pupunta, meron ka ng passion. Hindi ka gaya noon na lang parang ginagamit namin. Mali. Pero ngayon maliwanag na. Maganda lang itutulog ng solar panel sa natin.
So she is one of the leaders for the community in Project Liab. The thing is with Project Liab, totally no electricity in that community. And they're located in Clark, Pampanga. And it's a little bit odd because Clark is somehow being driven to be the next Manila, right? And it's a little bit sad to see them being refused like this basic need of electricity. So here's another statement from the community. Can someone else read it?
Sana may makakatulong sa anak naming nag-aaral. Kasi yung lakaran nila malayo, yun sana ang hiling namin dito. Kung sa pang-araw-araw kontento na kami sa mga nag-aaral lang, kawawa yung mga bata namin. Jerly Kabalik, mother of 12 children.
So she has 12 kids, right? Everyone's going to school. And I think it's an approximate of 100 kids, or 100 or 200 kids who live in the area. And basically, what you have to look at in this perspective is kids going to school without electricity. That's also a little bit of a challenge, actually a big challenge in my opinion. And so this is one of the students. Actually, she's really one of the sweetest kids there, and she thinks it helped a lot in terms of her education because a lot of them are already inspired, but they don't have the resources. And also another mother and the grandmother as well. So I was talking about inspiration. That was the inspiration of that project. So that's what you have to find from the problem. You have to find inspiration and then create a prototype. For us, it was over a year. We just finished our last leg of the project recently. I think my colleague will be talking about it later. And then you design it, you work with them. We worked with them for over a year. And then you launch it and then measure. Actually, we're at this stage now. We're at the measurement stage because we just launched it. But seeing the effect for everyone in the community is actually really rewarding. So actually, that's about my presentation. That's about it. It's just a recap, so you have to talk about the anecdote, the story, and find the inspiration underlying it. And then create a prototype based on the needs and characteristics of the problem. And then design a solution, which is the product or the project, and then launch it. Afterwards, you're gonna have to measure it. It could be like an instant change, an instant impact, or it could take years. So for us, we're gonna measure the changes. I think it's gonna be like a year, but it's worthwhile, I guess. So you just have to find that balance between purpose and profit. That's all. So if you guys want to connect or collaborate, here's my social media. Thanks.